Right, well, hello and good evening from Jakarta. I'd like to just start this video first of all by thanking the 71 people who have pressed that subscribe button and who keep receiving notifications from my channel, and of course Stu over on the disabled team. I'll put a link in the description for Stu in case you want to go over there. But you know, I just thought I'd let you know it does mean a lot when people press that subscribe button. We do appreciate it. I appreciate it as well, and you know, hopefully the channel's going in the right direction. And this week seems to have been an unbelievable week for us. Over on TDT, a live stream yesterday, and the viewing number for that is huge for us. So, and it keeps growing all the time. So, you know, thank you very, very much for joining our smaller channels. Hopefully, you know, we're delivering content that is of use, of value to you, and you like what we do. And wherever that's the case, you know, we'll carry on, keep trying to do them. And yeah, again, thanks so much. So great for that. Let's start on with the video then. And of course, we've got news now that Jack Harrison is confirmed as being an Everton loan player. He's exited the door this afternoon of Elland Road, and he's down at Goodison having his medicals and all the rest of it, getting the paperwork organised. And it's another sad event for me personally. I like Jack Harrison, and I think he's contributed a huge amount to us over the years that he's been with us. Shame that he's having to go to Everton, that he feels it necessary, that it's a good move for him, or if it's a good move for the Leeds, you know, and it opens the door to bring in some new faces in this week. Outgoing statement then from the club, and it says, winger makes switch. Leeds United winger Jack Harrison has today joined Everton on loan until the end of 2023-24 season. The 26-year-old made 206 appearances for Leeds, scoring 34 goals after joining the club initially on a series of loans from Manchester City at the end of 2018-2019 season, before the deal was made permanent in July 2021. He went on to establish himself as a key player in the team, helping the club win promotion from the Sky Bet Championship in 2020, and over the last 3 seasons Harrison has made 107 outings for the Whites in the Premier League. We thank Jack for his efforts and wish him good luck at Goodison Park. It's going to be a very, very busy week. Apparently reports are saying that in the next 72 hours there are going to be a number of fresh faces coming in through the door at Elland Road. So watch this space. As soon as we get any news on that, of course we're going to post some updates on the channel, so make sure you do subscribe, of course, and if you haven't done so already, that always helps us, and it helps you as well if you're wanting to receive updates from us. Yeah, let's have a little look about Jack Harrison. It's a shame, again, like I said, he recently signed a long deal with us. I believe it was 5 years, and the club has actually made a press release talking a little bit about that. We'll go back in time as well. We'll look at that press release of the things that he said. Winger commits future to Whites. Leeds United are delighted to announce Jack Harrison has signed a new contract with the club. The 26-year-old has put pen to paper for a fresh 5-year deal running until the summer of 2028. Harrison originally joined the Whites from Manchester City ahead of the 2018-2019 campaign on loan, and he went on to have 2 further spells at Elland Road before the deal was made permanent in 2021. Helping Leeds win the Sky Bet Championship in 2019-2020, he featured in every match as the Whites were crowned second-tier champions for the 4th time in the club's history. Harrison has gone on to be an influential player in the top flight over the last 2.5 seasons, and scored the club's first goal back in the Premier League in 2020. During his time in West Yorkshire, Harrison made 197 appearances for the Whites in all competitions, netting 33 goals. This season he featured 31 times, scored 5 and provided 9 assists, with his latest strike coming last Tuesday's 2-1 victory over Nottingham Forest at Elland Road. Speaking about his new contract, Leeds United Director of Football Victor Orta said, Jack is a crucial part of our squad and our plans going forwards, and I'm really happy he's agreed to commit his long-term future to the club. What a joke this is. He's one of the most professional players I've come across in my career. He has an unbelievable attitude and only wants to continue improving. and I know we will see him at his peak over the duration of the next 5 years. He joins fellow first-team stars Pascal Struijk and Luke Ayling, who have also committed their futures to the club in recent months. So it's as clear as day that Jack Harrison is wanting out from Elland Road, that he's going over to Everton. There's nothing stopping him, and there's no prevention. I mean, it makes me laugh that this statement was released back in April of this year, and at that time there was speculation that he was going to get signed by Leicester, and he'd been meeting Brendan Rodgers on the Leicester training field, or the training ground, and the 49ers put a stop to that particular move, or that particular transfer request. So I wonder what's changed with Jack Harrison, and one could only assume that it is actually Jack Harrison perhaps pushing the buttons of the 49ers, but on the other side of the coin it could be the 49ers saying, look, you know, we need some leeway on player salaries and stuff like that. Jack Harrison's likely to be one of the top or the higher earners in the squad, and we need to offload him for a little bit of time until we get back into the Premier League. Hopefully we can get back there this season. But you know, Everton, in my point of view, the deal that he's got from Everton is that there's no obligation on them to buy Jack Harrison in 12 months time, which is just as well, because I mean, if they get relegated, you know, they're going to be suffering the same problems that we're suffering right now over FFP rules and the money that they're allowed to spend and not allowed to spend. So you know, it's a mixed bag. Let's have a little look now at Luis Sinisterra. Winger joins Whites, yet another winger to the ranks. Leeds United were delighted to announce the signing of Colombian international Luis Sinisterra from Eredivisie outfit Feyenoord. The 23-year-old arrives at Elland Road for an undisclosed fee and has penned a 5-year deal running until summer of 2027. Sinisterra began his career in his homeland with Once Caldas, and a series of impressive performances led him to being snapped up by the Dutch side Feyenoord in the summer of 2018 at the age of 19. The winger featured regularly for Feyenoord's under-21s and made 7 senior appearances during his first season at De Kuip before he established himself in the first team in the 2019-2020 campaign. Prior to the Eredivisie ending due to the coronavirus pandemic, Sinisterra had started 21 out of Feyenoord's 25 league matches, notching up 5 goals and 6 assists in the process. He also made his international debut for Colombia in October 2019 against Algeria, and has since gone on to win a further 4 caps for his country. Injury saw him miss the start of the 2020-2021 campaign, but he returned in December and went on to make 25 appearances in all competitions, netting 5 goals and providing 7 assists. Last season was Sinisterra's best to date. He made 49 appearances in all competitions for the Dutch side, helping them finish 3rd in Eredivisie and reach the UEFA Conference League final. The Colombian had a fine individual season, netting a huge 23 goals for Feyenoord, whilst he also laid on 14 assists. In the UEFA Europa Conference League, Sinisterra netted in both legs of the quarter-final against Slavia Prague, and followed that up with a goal and an assist in the semi-final against Marseille to help secure a 3-2 victory and progress to the final, where they were beaten by winners AS Roma. At the end of the campaign, he was named Europa Conference League Young Player of the Season and was also selected in the Europa Conference League Team of the Season following his dazzling displays. He departs Rotterdam having played 113 games, scoring 35 goals and providing 29 assists in all competitions. Sinisterra is Leeds' 6th summer signing recruit, following the arrivals of Brendan Aronson, Tyler Adams, Darko Giabi, Rasmus Christensen and Mark Rocker. The transfer is subject to international clearance and work permit. The thing with Luis Sinisterra is players like him are few and far between, and certainly getting someone who's of that quality isn't going to be cheap. So I'm going to be very sad if he goes out the door and goes back to Feyenoord. And if they think they're going to pick him up for a basement bargain, you know, Leeds need to be asking top dollar for him and making sure that we're getting good value from them. Again, it's going to be very sad to see him go. I think he's a wonderful player. He's very talented, highly thought of, highly respected, highly rated player. And, you know, I'd love it if he stayed, and all of this stuff that's swirling around online at the moment is all just idle gossip designed to try and upset the apple cart. You know, we've seen it time and time again with stuff that gets printed out on and shoved out on the internet, that, you know, quite often some of it is not true, and you've just got to keep your fingers crossed and hope that this is one of those that someone's putting out feelers to try and unsettle Sinisterra if he sees any of this stuff going around online. The other bad bit of news, of course, is Sonny Perkins this week. Apparently, has he been training? Is he training at all? Is he training well? These are three other questions. And it's also interesting that the trust has come out and is asking the board now publicly to make a statement or speak a little bit about what is actually being going on behind the scenes to try to cause all of this upset. You know, we hope that the loan moves were all done and dusted before the start of the season, and it's now given Farke extra headaches to try and get a regular starting 11 together, a playing squad together. And you know, we're looking very, very thin on the ground. Having two substitute goalkeepers on the bench against Birmingham is a clear indication that we don't have the personnel, we don't have the strength in depth in the squad. And of course, the physio's room is fully booked up by Patrick Bamford and co. So, you know, what can I say? We're living in this Instagram now society. We all just have to try and remain calm, try and be patient, and just hope that the 49ers can pull a rabbit out of the bag and get the club moving, get the team moving in the right direction. Because already we can see the runners and the riders ahead of us in the league are performing at very high levels, getting wins, and you know, we don't want to be lagging behind too much. Interesting to see some predictions. You know, by the end of September we're going to be top 6. It was one of them that I saw today floating around on Twitter. So if that's you, I want a pint of whatever you're drinking. Anyway, look, I hope you enjoy the content on this channel, and if you do, you know, there's a recommendation here from YouTube, and I'll also put a subscribe button here for your convenience. Please do consider, you know, doing all the usual stuff, pressing the like button, and that subscribe button is the one for me and my channel as we try and grow it up to 100. Okay, take care, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all around.